Whew, it's a cold one out there. Gotta go feed the birds. Oh. Ooh, look at that. Snow that's never been walked on. We had a good bit of snow last night. When I was a kid, I loved fresh snow. Remember, sister? We'd go out and play in the snow. I was Mary, you were Laura. We were caught in a blizzard, Little House on the Prairie. Yeah, we would have loved all this snow to play in. Anyways, the birds are calling. Their feeder's empty, and I have a special treat for them. I got some suet blocks. They're gonna be so happy. Oh, I gotta be careful because a tree fell down here in our last windstorm. Oh, I don't want to trip because I can't see where it is under the snow completely. I'll just step over here. Oh, jeez. Hey. Oh, the snow's deep. I'm getting a workout here. Hi guys, I'm coming. Ooh, some animal was here. Ooh, my face is freezing off. Okay, I will pause the video, get up here and feed my birds. There, I filled it as full as I could fill it. And I put in the suet blocks. Got my gloves back on. Ooh, they're hungry. They're very excited. Yeah, you want me to leave so you can eat, huh? Okay, I'll step back. Let you have your spot. Go down carefully here. There we go. Let's see. Just stand back here and watch them come in. Yeah, they're coming. Pretty soon this bird feeder will be just full of birds. Maybe I'm still standing too close. Oh, I hear a woody woodpecker. Yeah, I guess they'll come when they're ready. Look how beautiful it is out here today. Look at that blue sky. It's gorgeous. Just gorgeous. But freezing. It's like minus 31 without the wind chill. Minus 31 degrees Celsius. So let's go back in the house and head to the craft studio, or the craft cave. See, I just got to be careful where I step here. So there's branches underneath the snow. Would have been nice if hubby had come out with the bobcat and pulled that out of my way last week before there was all this snow. Oh well, I'll just do a little pan. Pretty, isn't it? Down to the meadow. Look at that sun. So cold though, but the sun is very beautiful. There's not a lot of heat in it though. Yeah. It looks like a picture postcard, doesn't it? Anyways, that's my chore for the day. Now I'm gonna go in and head to the craft cave. I'll meet you there, okay? Okay, bye. Hi everybody, welcome back. We're in the craft cave now. And I just wanted to show you what I finished off. I did all my blanket stitching around our little piece. And I did it in a thread that is multicolored. So I think that looks pretty cool. Yeah, so that's going to go on top of the box that it's just in the process of drying right now. It's upstairs. And I've painted it, and it's going to be so beautiful, especially with this on top of it. But today what we're going to continue doing is our little bookmark. And I didn't get any suggestions on what to do with this, like what to add to it. So I'm just going to do my own thing, I guess, since nobody cares. Anyways, I was thinking of this little ball of wool left over. And I think what I want to do is kind of stitch down this little piece, kind of make it trail down like this, something like that, around and looping around, kind of cute. And then we'll see where we go from there. I think that's gonna work. I have a vision in my head. So let me get my needle and stuff ready. I've put some lines down on my surface with washi tape, so hopefully I stay on camera, and we will work on this a little bit together. Okay, I'll be right back with my needle. Okay, I got my needle threaded, and I have a knot tied at the end, and I'm using 2 strands of embroidery floss. And I don't have anything the color of this yarn, but I'm going to use black. I think black will work the best. I don't want it to really show up, so I'm just going to try to, I think it's called couching, when you put a fiber down and you just kind of stitch over it to hold it in place. I think that's called couching. I don't know for sure, but I'm just gonna try to tack it down in places here and there, and hopefully not make a big mess of it. There we go. And I can be fairly generous with my stitches, I think. I don't think it's going to really matter. I wish I had thread the same color as my yarn. Yeah, that would look better. Ow! Stabbed myself. I wonder if I have just thread that color. Ooh, I think I do. That might work better. That's a little closer than the black. Okay. Okay, let's pull that out. We're changing our mind on that. I'm allowed to do that. I can change my mind. Let's just see if I can. Will it pull through? No, of course not. Oh, my skin is so dry and rough. I just keep picking up the fibers off of my flannel here, or my felt, I guess. It's not flannel, it's felt. Okay, so now I tried to spare you the agony of watching me thread a needle. But I don't want to stop my camera 100 times. You can see I've been painting. Paint all over my fingers. I think that might work better. I'll just grab some here. See, every time I touch my felt, I pick it up with my rough old fingers. Can I do this without holding it to my eyeball? Am I there? No? It would be a miracle if I can. Ooh, oh, see, miracles can happen. Miracles happen. That was a miracle, I can tell you that. Okay, and now to make a knot. I don't make knots like normal people because I can't. I've tried. I don't know if it's because of my fat fingers or what, but I just can't get anything to line up. I usually end up splitting my... I better do one more because I'm not even sure I got 2 knots together there. Let's see. That feels better. Okay, I'll just trim off the tails and we are in business. Okay, so now I want to kind of make it look like the wool is tucked into our kitty there, like it's in front of her. We're just seeing the back side, and it's kind of going to be coming like that. Oh. Yeah, that's going to work. Okay, so it's going to come around to the front, to the back side of her. Good, good. There, I think that does look better than the black. Yeah. Okay. And we want it to kind of snake around. I want it to look like she's been playing with this ball of yarn. Oh my goodness, can't even talk. Ball of yarn. Okay. Oh, it's gonna be so cute. My little bookmark. And I need a bookmark because I actually read a book last week. I finished it. Can't tell you how many pages it was, but it was a big, thick book. It was by Kate Morton, I think is her name. And let's see, what the heck was it called? Homecoming, I think it was called. I gave it to my sister to read, so I should have took a picture of it just for proof that I actually read a book. But yeah, I haven't read a book in a long time because it's very hard on my eyes. But I did it. I got through it. And it was okay. Nice to read a book again, that's for sure. It's been a long time since I've committed to reading a book, but I've read her before. She's a good writer. And now I'm starting a new one called The Girl They Left Behind. And it's a World War II book, story. I shouldn't say book. It's a story. The characters are set in World War II. So I just started that one, so I can't even really tell you what it's like. Can't tell you who it's by either because I just don't remember. But yeah, so I'm trying to read more. It's one of the things I wanted to do more of in 2025 was read, or try to read. I've been listening to a lot of not really audiobooks, but I found this new YouTuber. Her name is Jess Connell. Jess, Jess, Connell, Connell. And she sort of does, not book reading, but she sort of picks a book and she'll read excerpts from it and then discuss, and it's kind of like being in a little book club with her, and I like her. I love her voice. She's got a really nice, soothing voice. She's good at reading, which sounds funny, but there are people who, they just don't sound nice when they're reading, but she does, so I like her. And right now, the book, I'm following her along. I don't have the book, but I'm watching her go through the book, and it's called Chappaquiddick, I believe, and it's all about Senator Ted Kennedy and some sort of big scandalous accident he had way back when. Somebody died, I know that. I really know nothing about the story. It's before my time, but interesting, very interesting. And of course, with the RFK Robert Kennedy Jr., you know, Trump's trying to make him the new health guy down in the States. I don't know the right words, but anyways, ever since his hearings or whatever they are, where they're trying to confirm him, I guess, it's just kind of brought all this Kennedy business back into the spotlight, and so I'm very interested all of a sudden. I mean, I've always been interested in JFK stuff. My mom thought JFK was a wonderful president. She was a little girl when he was president, so, you know, I can remember her talking about that time in history, and I'm pretty sure she remembers where she was and what she was doing the day he was assassinated. So anyways, just very interesting. Jess also is doing a review of a book about the Kennedy women that's just come out. I gotta find more information on that. I would like to read that. So anyways, she's really good to follow along with if you want to read and have trouble reading like I do. She's a good one to kind of attach to, because yeah, she's very good. I'm enjoying her channel. That's my new pick for you for this week of a YouTuber that I found that I like. Did any of you watch the ones I suggested last week? There was Marion's World, and Jerry Bellini. I see Marion has a new video out today, so I'll be watching that later. Okay, my thread's getting short, so I'm gonna knot that off at the back. And this is all gonna be hidden, so it doesn't matter how sloppy it looks. Doesn't matter to me anyway. I remember my mom doing needlework, and she was very proud of having the back look as good as the front, which is lots of work. Yeah, I come from a long line of perfectionists, so it's very hard to live up to some of those standards, but that's why I'm gonna hide it. It's gonna be inside. Okay, do you think we can thread a needle 2 times in a row? I don't know, we'll see. Yeah, I didn't actually watch the Robert Kennedy things because I just don't have time for all that, and it's kind of interesting following the politics in the United States, but honestly, you just get bombarded with it. I mean, we're going through stuff here in Canada with the Liberal leadership race and the upcoming federal elections, and it's just too much, you know? Sometimes you just gotta say enough. I can't watch that stuff anymore. I gotta move on and find something less serious. That's why I love my YouTube crafting community. Watching other crafters is relaxing for me. So yeah, we're gonna finish this bookmark today, I believe. I've been slowly working on my room, working on that window trim. It's taking me longer than I thought. It's hard to be artistic with window trim. At least it is for me. I have no idea what I'm doing. But we're gonna make it work like we always do. Look at that. Can you even see that? I have 3 knots, not even together. 3 knots. See what I'm saying? I can't tie a knot. My mom used to just wet her fingers and roll the thread and boom, she had a perfect knot. I don't know. Tried that. I can't do it. I just can't do it. Okay, let's see. Where did we end off? Okay, so I want my little yarn to kind of fly around here nicely. And of course, anytime you start watching anything about the Kennedys, up pops Marilyn Monroe. And I love Marilyn Monroe. I just thought she was so pretty and misunderstood, I think. Definitely exploited. Man, she had a rough childhood too. Super rough. So, you know, that she came out from just surviving her childhood with a smile on her face is amazing to me. So I do love Marilyn Monroe, and from what I can understand, her house is still there. The house she owned in the Hollywood Hills. I don't know if the recent fires have affected that or not, but she had a sweet little Spanish-styled villa in Brentwood. She bought with her own money, and she was very proud of it and loved it and was very happy there. It seems she was very happy there, despite, you know, some people thinking she was depressed and, you know, killed herself. I don't think so. Not from what I've been reading. I feel like she was killed. That's my opinion. I think she was murdered. I just love that kind of stuff, you know, the intrigue, you know, who killed her or why. She was so young, so beautiful. She had so much to live for. Sounded like she was making a positive turn in her career. She had plans, like there was no suicide note, you know, things like that. I'm just like, ooh, what, huh? What's going on? What happened? I want to know more. So I've been watching a lot of Marilyn Monroe controversy videos, and oh, it's so good, so good. I love it. That is definitely interesting to me. So yeah, if I could afford it, I would buy her house. They say it was scheduled to be demolished, and then some people protested and said, you know, that's a historical, you know, part of our Hollywood legend and lore. So they've prevented it for now from being destroyed. But I've seen pictures of it, and it looks pretty rough, like it hasn't been cared for. It's old. I mean, it was built in the 30s. But, I mean, if I could afford it, I would lovingly restore that beautiful little house she had. I mean, that's where she died, you know. To me, that means something, especially since I'm a fan of hers. Okay, so I think that looks pretty cute. I'm gonna couch it off, finish it off the page, or off the bookmark, I guess. I love old Hollywood too, though, so to me that's very interesting. I have no desire to go to LA, but I think I would, just to see her house. I mean, it should be a museum or something. I think that would be so cool. Just another example of nobody giving a crap about history, and, you know, like, let's just tear it down and put up some condominiums or something stupid like that. I know we all need housing, but just, I don't know. It's too big a topic for this channel right now. We're just crafting. But yeah, I would love to see her home. Okay, so I think I'm gonna bring it under, and we'll just leave it there. There's really no way for me to cinch that off, so I think I might just cut it so that it's just gonna be tucked up inside of there really good. And we'll knot off our thread, and then we're gonna work on the stitching around. So I think I will pause the video and come right back. Okay, I also couched a piece of yarn up this way, and I made like a little ball of wool, and I just held it together with some glue and some stitching, and that's going to be like my tassel on my bookmark. And that's what she's looking up at. She's looking up at the ball of wool that she has been unstringing all around the house. How's that? I think that's cute. So now all we have to do is start our blanket stitching. So I'm gonna sit here and do that now. I wonder if I should zoom in a little bit more. As long as I stay within my square, I think we should be okay. It's helping me, I think, to stay on camera. It's not helping me to pick up my needle, but okay, so I wonder where we should start. I think I'm gonna start at the bottom. I've been watching some videos about stitching and how to achieve beautiful stitching, and yeah, I'm just not going to worry about that at this stage. There's some tips and tricks. You can do a really good job if you want to, but for me, I'm just gonna go along like best I can and hope it turns out. Not gonna go through the process to measure out lines and dots and all that jazz. Just don't wanna, okay? So we're just gonna try it freehand and see how it goes. And how far apart do we want? Yeah, that's probably far enough apart. Yeah, we don't want them too close. Yeah. So if you want to learn how to blanket stitch, I suggest you watch somebody else do it. That would be my suggestion, because already I see I've done something wrong. Whatever. Getting started is the hardest part for me. I haven't quite figured that out yet, but I think by the end it's gonna look fine, so I am not too concerned. And of course it's tricky when you're on camera and you're trying to hold it in such a way that you can see what I'm doing. but I really can't see what I'm doing, if that makes any sense. How's it looking on the back? Oh, it looks pretty good. And then trying not to knot it is interesting. Okay, there we go. So it's called a blanket stitch. If you want to look up somebody who can teach you how to do it right, it's called a blanket stitch. That I do know. So should we do a little news talk? Since we're sitting here chatting anyways. How do you all feel about the tariffs coming in? Because I know I have some American viewers, and I know, I'd say my demographic is, 50 plus. So I'd like to know how you're feeling about it, especially down in the States, because I just see the price of goods going up because of this. That's what I think is going to happen, both in the States and in Canada. So I'm not sure exactly who's going to be benefiting from these tariffs, but I don't think it's going to be me or anybody I know. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. I can tell you, up here in Canada, people are worried. I'd say the general mood is worry. Like, we're not sure what's going to happen, how this is going to affect our day-to-day. Where I live in northeastern Alberta, the oil is a big deal. So, oops, sorry, I got my arm in your way, I think. It's gonna be interesting just to see what happens, how our politicians respond. Our premier has gone down and spoken several times with President Trump. She feels like she has a good relationship with him, so she was, I think, quite surprised that Alberta's oil wasn't exempt from these tariffs. He did give us a bit of a break in that he only is doing a 10% tariff, not a 25% tariff like he's doing on everything else. But that being said, I think she thought she had more sway with him than she does. So I think she thought she talked him into no tariff, but on oil. So, whatever. The fact of the matter is, where I live, being rural, we have no choice. We have to fill our gas tanks. We have to travel by vehicle. There's no other choice. I mean, I guess there's always a choice. We could get a horse and a buggy. But, yeah, no, I don't think that's not gonna work, I don't think. It's minus 31 out right now. Horse and buggy. Oof. I guess if you gotta do it, you gotta do it, but we'll see what happens. Price of groceries here is already too high. So high. I really fear for the poor people. That's who I'm worried about. So my stitches were nice and straight there. How come now they're all cockeyed, crooked? Is it the way I'm holding my bookmark? Possibly. And I'm getting knots and all kinds of other things happening here. Why won't my needle go through there? Now it's going the other direction. Here we go. That one looked straighter. I noticed that on my other piece too, that my stitches weren't straight. And I don't understand why, because you're just going in one hole. So what determines? Is it how straight your needle goes up? Maybe. If you don't poke your needle straight through. Ow! Straight through into my finger. Hello. That's cute, hey? That's getting to be cute. I hope I'm on camera. I'm trying to stay in my little window here. Ugh. I'm all thumbs. It's awkward looking, isn't it? Stitching is challenging for me. Okay, so I'm going to keep going around like that, and I'll meet you up at the end, okay? Just so I'm not boring you to tears. Be right back. Okay, I finished it off camera because I had this much thread left at the end. I didn't want you to see me struggling with that. But I just finished all my stitching, and there it is. What do you guys think? It's cute, huh? My little bookmark. So there, we've completed that. We've completed this. And the next step is to attach this to my box. And as soon as I get that done, I will show that to you. But for now, I'm going to say that is our video for today. And I thank you so much for being here with me. Take care, guys. I will try and do another video this week, but no promises. And on the weekend, I'm heading out for a week to watch my grandkids. So I can't really say when I'll be back, but I hope to see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.